It's Luke and Naomi.
All right, let's get nuts. It's episode 22.
Get nuts? We're always nuts.
Let's get nuts. Happy episode 22 of Luke and Naomi On-Air. Thank you for sticking with us. Welcome in anybody new.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Heck yes. New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, doesn't matter where you are.
All over the United States, all over the world. Hey, if you're listening in Mexico right now, awesome.
Yeah,
congratulations and thank you.
Can't forget England, of course. We've had a couple other European areas. I was going to say shows. Places show up on
Nice.
our analytics when I look at the podcast and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
Guten Tag and Bonjour and all that.
Yeah.
Wow, I stunned myself into silence. I can't believe I nailed that.
Yeah, you stunned me. That's why I got all quiet over here.
Both of us were just kind of like, holy shit.
I know. Did he really just, do that? Wow, he did a great job.
So welcome to episode 22. It is 22, of course. Some housekeeping quickly, I guess. We skipped last week. We were on vacation, so apologies.
We did. And yeah, we really apologize. We wanted to so bad because we got home on Tuesday. We're like, we're going to record Tuesday. We're going to get home in the middle part of the day.
Yeah.
By the time it's later, we can record Tuesday afternoon and it'll just be a day later. We were so exhausted. It's not even funny. I don't even think we could carry on a regular conversation between the two of us about what are we going to eat for dinner.
It was rough.
Yeah. How come you are that tired after a vacation?
And, it wasn't even an overdone vacation either. But I have no clue. I really... This is great. We spent the whole vacation. So a quick backstory, if we didn't mention it last episode. I feel like we did.
Just in case.
So we went to Emerald Isle, North Carolina, and that's about 2 hours north of where we live here in Wilmington. And we met friends from New York.
Yeah.
And two from Canada, actually, who came even farther. So, and we kind of
Shout out to Paul and Val.
Yeah, heck yes. I was
Sorry.
going to do some Canadian accent there, but then, never mind. I'll let it come naturally later on. So they drove, and we spent the whole weekend kind of going, that 2 hour drive just, totally killed us as they're all
they
recovering.
took a 12-hour drive at least.
Yeah, 12 hours for the New Yorkers, closer to 15 for the Canadian folk.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Nailed it. All right. So, we were making fun of that. I guess we got our comeuppance because we got back and just exhausted on Tuesday. And then by Wednesday, it's like, we'll wait till next week.
But here's the thing. We didn't go for a week. We went for a long weekend. We went for, 4 days?
Yeah.
3 days, 4 nights? I don't know. Maybe I did that backwards. I'm pretty sure I did that backwards.
And now it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. The fact is...
Now you know how I feel.
The fact is, we weren't gone that long. It wasn't like we were crazy partying or anything. We were having some drinks and hanging out at the beach.
Yeah.
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 But between the sun and maybe not eating enough and drinking enough water and then having the alcoholic beverages on top, between all that, it killed us. Oh my goodness. Between being so tired on Tuesday and then Wednesday, I was supposed to call my sister, who I hadn't gotten a chance to talk to. And I was like, I just can't. I don't even have it in me to be on the phone for, 30 minutes. I felt so bad. I had to text her and be like, I'm sorry I haven't called you the last couple of days. I just can't.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So we blew off everybody and got an angry call from my mother about, where's the podcast this week?
Oh, yeah, I
I got
forgot she
nothing to
yelled at
listen
us.
to on my way to work.
She called and yelled at us. I'm sorry, Lisa. We were tired.
And Dan. Dan wasn't happy too.
I'm sorry, Dan. We were exhausted.
Which,
we really were.
I'm sure speaks for everybody else too. You miss a little Luke and Naomi in your lives.
That's right.
So here you go.
And I do apologize to everyone else who probably was looking on YouTube and Spotify and stuff and going, did they forget to upload one? What's going on here? No, we're just old and get tired fast.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
So, went up to Emerald Isle, again, 2 hour drive, not very long, but the first nice little road trip in our new vehicle. That was really cool.
Yes.
It's nice to take it out. Still, as of yet, unnamed.
I know.
We got to come up with a name. We're looking for, the classic female name for our new vehicle.
Yeah, it's got to be something powerful.
Something good that we like to say all the time, too.
Yeah.
No exes' names or anything like
Ugh,
that.
No.
That'd be hilarious.
But she is a powerful lady, so I need some, it's got to have that kind of feel to it.
Yeah. So
she's pretty, too, so it's got to be a pretty name.
you got to do that. Got to see some people we haven't seen in a very long time. Andrew, Paul, and Valerie haven't seen. Well, we never met Valerie before.
We never met Val before, but by, the first night, it was like we knew her our entire life. She's amazing.
She was part of the group that hung out. So you know she had to fit in somehow. And
exactly.
Perfectly. Yeah. And Paul we hadn't seen since 2015. Different Paul than Paul in New Mexico.
That's right. This is a different Paul.
This is Canadian Paul. Paul,
we met in 2015 during our first trip to Emerald Isle.
That's right.
And have not seen him since.
So that was actually a surprise to me because why not surprise somebody? So that was awesome. And then Andrew, former colleague of ours and who had become a friend and stuff, we hadn't seen him in forever. The thing is when we all worked together in Utica, we couldn't take these vacations together.
Yeah, you can't have 5 people out of the building at the same time.
Right, so it's been a few years since we got to see Andrew too, so that was great. Good to see some old friends and some friends we see now regularly in Bill and Stacy too. So that was it was a good weekend. Played some cornhole outdoors. I messed up my knees terribly without moving somehow.
You forgot to mention Amy and Rick were there.
Rick and Amy are there. Yeah, that's right. Our actual North Carolina residents.
That's right. They live in North Carolina as well, and we still have not made the trip to go visit them sometime.
Yeah,
because it's not that far away.
They're not far away at all. So
we're working on it, Amy and Rick, I promise.
I was really proud. I'll get to my knees in a second, but I was really proud because knowing that they were taking this long trip down here, it's like, hey, you know what? Let's whip up some food so when they get there, they don't have to either go get something or make something or try to scrounge or what have you. So I made a whole bunch of pulled pork that they call barbecue here in Carolina.
Yeah.
And brought that up, and everybody loved it. I was very proud of myself. Got the ego inflated a little bit and all that.
That's right.
And Rick, you mentioned Rick's a Carolina guy, and he was like, "This is pretty good, man. I've had seconds."
That's good.
So taking that all the way to the bank.
Of course.
Heck yeah.
And then you hurt your knees.
Yeah, watched some football out there too, which is probably how I hurt my knees, just sitting on the couch watching football. I can't explain it. I really can't. I have no idea how all of a sudden on Monday my knees were just on fire.
I think it's got to be something with tweaking it being in the sand, because we spent all of 2 days in the sand playing cornhole. I mean, for hours on end, and then walking up and down to the beach house and back to the water and stuff like that.
Okay, so I did leave the part out before we went to the beach the week before. 3 times I had, for the first time ever, tried jogging around the block for a little exercise.
That's right.
Naomi kind of talked me into it. She's been running, so I was like, okay, let me give it a try. It's free, of course, so that's always a selling point. So
can I interrupt all this for one quick second though? Anybody who knows Luke, anybody who has heard Luke on air when we were in New Mexico, or anytime
probably in New
York, or anybody who just personally knows Luke, knows that he's not a runner. Yeah. We were not running people. We made fun of people. Yeah. We had made fun of people who like to run. What? That's what you do? Why? That's awful. That sounds horrible. And now we are both on our paths to becoming runners.
Oh, I know some of our New Mexico listeners are probably going, oh my God, if he says he's going vegan next, I'm not listening anymore.
Okay, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
I'll probably just die.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm not giving up the beef.
Or bacon.
Or the bacon.
No.
Yeah, of course.
Have you had a BLT without bacon? You can't. Doesn't work.
Yeah. So, and this is the most hilarious part of this whole thing. I am going to choose to laugh at it because why wouldn't you? So Naomi turned me on to the app, Couch Potato to 5K, right?
That's correct.
So this thing does everything but do the running for you, basically. Yeah. It times everything out, gives you a little bit of a schedule, and then you run 90 seconds on. And then you walk for 90 seconds. And then as you get into it more, you're running longer and walking less and all of that stuff. So it eases you into it gradually.
It's a plan that a lot of people have used.
Which I thought would be fine.
Yeah.
But apparently my fat ass just can't run.
I think you just need to work on it a little bit more.
Going into the vacation weekend, it was like, the muscles around my knees were a little sore. As, muscles you don't use all the time get sore. Yeah. That's a thing. So I didn't think anything of it. And then standing in the sand because I can't even say running around in the sand because barely moved.
Yeah. Stood in one place in the sand.
So yeah, it feels like I need brand new knees, both of them.
That can be arranged.
And my left one has just been on fire for days. Actually, just as of today, started to calm down a little bit, which is nice because we got even more things going on.
Well, full circle to your knees hurting and all that stuff. Like I mentioned before, we didn't record last week because we're old.
That's right.
Yep.
We're just fully old.
Mm-hmm.
So coming up this week, we'll see when episode 23 comes up.
That's correct.
This is 22.
Yeah.
We'll see when episode 23 happens because as of Thursday, I believe, all hell's going to break loose in Wilmington for Luke and Naomi because my whole family's coming to town.
That's right. I am going to just make myself scarce. I'm going to run away. I don't know what I'm going to do.
My entire mom's side of the family's coming to town. My cousin Lacey's getting married. We're very excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be an awesome time. But as of Wednesday night, Mom and Bitch and Dan and my brother Daniel get into town. Maddie's due to fly in Thursday.
Okay.
And I'm not going to lie. I have literally just kind of stopped thinking about anybody else past that. Because I got them, Lacey, of course, who's getting married, has to handle the rest of the family and their accommodations and all that. So I feel kind of bad for them because I'm just blind-eyed, all that. I got my mom and Dan and the brothers, and we're good.
Listen, sometimes you got to do what you got to do for yourself. I mean, we're looking at a packed house already. We're looking at it being crazy and, showing the family everything around town and all of that as we get geared up for this wedding and then hanging out a little bit after the wedding. Like, that takes all of our brain power.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't stuff another person in there and try to figure that stuff out.
Oh, man.
I apologize to, Lacey and the rest of the family, but it's just your problem now. Wiping my hands.
Okay, you invited all these people.
That's right.
Again, I'll take care of my parents and the siblings, and, you're on your own for the rest. You brought this upon yourselves.
That's right.
I mean,
should have ran off, eloped.
So the best part is, I'm not sure, but I think my brother Matthew might be a little upset with us, and I don't know this for a fact, but just wondering because Mom calls about a week ago and says, "Hey, all 4 of us are coming to stay, right?" Because the original plan was just Mom and Bitch and Dan.
That's right. It started with 2 people were going to be staying at our apartment. And let me tell you.
Yes, Mom, we're calling you out for this.
Yes, I'm going to call everybody out on this one. Okay, so I love to host. I really do. Since we got our apartment, I love to host. I love to have people over and make little snacks and all that kind of stuff. Our apartment is small.
My old man's going to love this story, too.
It is a 2-bedroom place. But we're looking at, 900 square feet, 950, something like that.
I think that's generous.
It's not big. It's tiny. So when we do have gatherings and all that stuff, we usually push the couch to one side and put, our dining room table in the middle of our living room.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all you have room for, and everybody just kind of stand and hang around at the table.
Yeah.
It works, because usually people aren't spending the night or anything like that. So anyway, Lisa and Dan are our scheduled guests.
That's what we had planned because, it was like, what about the boys? Daniel's not coming and Matthew's he's taken care of.
Yeah, he's got his own other plans.
What the idea was.
Cool. So we're trying to move stuff around in our second bedroom. Our second bedroom is where the computer is and where we do
That's where you are right now as you're listening. You're in our second bedroom with us.
Yeah, we are. This is our studio. That's the second bedroom. Barely has enough room for an air mattress, but we can finagle it.
It's going to be fine.
We'll make it work.
It's going to be fine if we got 2 people staying in the room is kind of the point.
We'll make it work. Still going to be tough with 4 people. The smallest bathroom I've ever seen in any place. I'm pretty sure it's the same size as your mom's camper bathroom. It's about the same size. Maybe...
You ain't far off. Let's just
2 feet bigger.
It's not much of an exaggeration.
No.
So they'll probably listen to this on their way down
and be scared.
And so and they'll be like, "Oh wow!" And then when they get here, they'll see. Be like, I see what you mean. I would love to have all of them here. I agonize.
It is a tiny place. And granted, again, I love to host. So yeah, sure. The more the merrier. We'll make this work. All right. So then we find out that little Dan is going to be coming as well. Daniel. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess he can sleep on the couch in the living room. Bathroom schedule is going to be a little bit difficult because Luke and I were still planning on working while everybody was in town. So it was going to be like, hey, between the hours of this and this, you can't go in the bathroom because we got to get ready for work. And then...
There's a 7-Eleven down the street.
And then Lisa had mentioned that Matt was going to need to stay with us too. And I remember just going, oh my gosh, what are we going to do?
Again, I'm not one claustrophobic.
I'm not one to turn around guests or turn away guests. You need a place to stay.
I want them all to stay here.
You can stay on the floor. We'll make it work. But listen here. Our apartment is 900 square feet max.
I promise you.
6 people in there does not work.
Ben Franklin said fish and visitors smell in 3 days, but because our apartment's so small, it'd be like 6 hours.
Yeah. It really would. If you guys want to try it, it'll be like a clown car kind of thing. How many people can we fit in this one room?
I love it.
And we could totally do it. But I'm telling you, after, like Luke said, about 6 hours, you're going to be like, I'm out of here. I'm getting my own hotel because I can't stand this.
Because y'all smell.
And we do too.
No,
so,
no, of course, kidding. A kid because I love. I really do wish we had this space, and I would just have. Why would we make him spend the money?
Exactly.
And then I just had the idea as we're having this discussion too. We should have had them get us a hotel room, and they could stay here.
Oh yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Probably be cheaper.
We could make that work.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
So long story short. We don't have to have anybody stay with us.
Long story short, everyone found out really how small our place is and was like, you know what? I don't even think I want to stay there anymore. This sounds horrible.
I am, brothers, if y'all are listening and you need to get away from the rents, the place is up for you because they already paid for a hotel room. So.
And vice versa. If you want to drop off the kids at the hotel room and stay here with us, that's cool too.
Yeah. I know my mom's just clamoring to climb onto that air mattress for sure.
Well, it's a nice air mattress,
It really is. She ought to know. She bought it.
I don't know if it's that nice, where you're like, yeah, sure, I'll take that over a hotel bed. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So that's...
But yeah, so they're coming into town. That's how we got off on that whole rant.
They're
coming into town.
Stay tuned for next week to see if we get you an episode on. We should be able to on Tuesday. I don't see why not. But plan for that. Plan to wait for Tuesday. Apologies for making you wait again. I know that's the worst possible thing to do because it needs to just be there so they can hit the button and play and not search around or anything like that.
But shame on us.
For real. It is poor marketing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
We're working on it.
But it's also the beauty of doing a podcast. Hey, guess what? Not doing a podcast today.
Too tired. Can't do it.
Too
lazy to even talk.
I'll tell you, anybody wants to get together and start buying some advertising and throwing some dollars behind it where we have to be on a schedule.
Then we'll never miss an episode.
Boom! Tell your friends.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be a very busy week between that.
It's going to be fun.
We've got a lot of errands to run.
We got to tie up those loose ends and things like, cleaning the house and get stuff done just because, our next couple of days are so packed.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
We've got a lot going on. We got to work on getting our passports for our cruise coming up. And this is like the only chance we have to take some time away to do that. So it's like, oh, we better, throw that into this week too.
Yeah, why not? Pile that on.
Yeah. So it's going to be a busy week.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
Heck yes.
But that's a good thing.
All right. So so what? That's what's been going on, I guess, in the last couple of weeks for us. That's what's happening in the lives of Luke and Naomi.
Yeah, it's busy and chaotic.
So, I saw a story when we were traveling, speaking of traveling all around, and, if anybody's in the car right now, I wanted to throw this out there because I know a lot of people listen to the show and, we do enough driving and all that. You know what a governor is on a vehicle?
Yeah, so you don't go over a certain speed.
Yeah. So it looks like the National Transportation Safety Board, this is going to be, oh man, very popular. They're trying to get car manufacturers to add a feature that is basically a governor, but at the speed limit.
Really?
Yeah. So, if you don't really know what a governor is, I mean, most cars have them. Like, they keep cars from going over 130, 150, depending on the make and model and all that stuff. But, yeah, they're trying to go, well, we've got GPS now, so we can tell where you are and just slow your car down by GPS and all that stuff. And so
I don't see this going over very well.
So, it pinpoints where you are, checks the speed limit, prevents you from going over the speed limit. It is actually, anyway, it's being tested with about 50 government vehicles somewhere around New York City. So if you hit the limit, an alarm goes off or the accelerator just cuts out until you back off.
Wow.
Until the right amount of speed. So there's an override button that lets you speed for 15 seconds because my first argument about this is, what if you need to speed up to pass somebody?
Yeah.
I've been in situations, everybody's driven enough highway miles where, there could be somebody, and I've actually had this happen, and I got a ticket for it. Dude was swerving like crazy in front of me.
Yeah.
You can't pull over it was the New York State I-90. So you can't pull over and you can't go below a certain speed. So I sped up to go around him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was all over. I don't know if he's on the phone or falling asleep or what. ended up getting a speeding ticket, and that's how I got out of it, because that's what was happening.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I thought of immediately. Like, what if you have to speed up to avoid a collision or, anything?
Or if you're going through a yellow light and you timed this bad.
Hell
and
yes.
it's like, oh, shoot, I better get out of the way. I should have stopped. My mistake.
What if there's a train coming?
Anything.
That's right.
I just... no, this is a bad idea. And I get that you don't want people speeding and all that kind of stuff. But people are going to do it. And if I'm running late for work, guess what? I'm speeding.
The override button, again, only works for 15 seconds so that you can, if you need to merge or meet the flow of traffic or, run yellows.
No way. No way. I do not like this.
I definitely can't say I do either. I mean, and not,
it's too much control. Like,
I don't speed that much.
No, we actually are pretty good about that stuff.
That much.
Not that much. But still, you never know the situation where you're going to need to go faster than what it says.
Yeah, and for just 15 seconds, what if you need that boost for more than 15?
I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I feel like that's too much control there's too many gray areas for you to just make it cut and dry like that. Hey, you can't speed anymore because our vehicle will not allow you to.
And now it's GPS, right?
Yeah.
We have, in radio, we know of situations where there's just weather anomalies that will drop out a radio signal here and there, or drop out a satellite signal.
So what happens there? All of a sudden you can't go at all?
Yeah.
Because it takes it as the speed limit is 0.
Or all of a sudden it doesn't stop you and you just speed up and do 80 and nail somebody.
Well, that one's on your own.
It is, but still, you get used to it, so you fall asleep because you got the lane shift thing on, you got the speed won't let you go too fast, just pass out.
Yeah, there you go. You don't even need a Tesla or whatever drives itself. That's right. You can just use regular cars with the governor thingy on it.
Yeah, I mean, really, they got the little governor thing, and then the collision things that won't let you hit somebody in front of you. That'll brake for you. I mean, our new car has the weird thing where if you get over on the lines too close, it steers you back in, which I hate because we got a couple of areas in Wilmington, like Skinny Market Street, where they're just so close you have to drift over a little bit.
By the way, that freaked me out the other day when I was driving because I'm in my own little world. I'm listening to music. I'm like, I was just kind of taking a little joyride there. And all of a sudden, my lane little corrector thing beeped at me and started pulling me the other way. I was going around a curve and I was just like, what's happening? Oh, okay. No, it's fine. The car is trying to correct for me and it's wrong. Like, no.
Yeah. So all of that.
So I'm not going to add that speed thing there too. No, we're done. We're done.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, wait till self-driving cars are all good and I'll be in. But they, obviously they need a ton more testing and stuff like that. But like, I'm talking about to the point where there's not even a steering wheel. Like, just give me one of these robot cars and I can play cards while we're cruising or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
And I believe that's called a train. Just saying.
I believe so too.
All right. So enough of getting fired up about that.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about this one because I saw this, credit card theft, and we're getting ready to do our passports and had to fill all that stuff out.
Oh, yeah.
All the cards that we're carrying now and stuff like that. We haven't done stupid news and stupid criminals in a long time.
Which I miss because it's funny to laugh at those things.
I kind of do too, but, it's great to pull them up every now and then. So this girl in Michigan, because,
why not?
Not always Florida.
Yeah.
A 30-year-old woman in Michigan named Ashley Trout went on a shopping spree with a stolen credit card recently, and she was caught because I don't know if she was trying to get a deal or what, but she used her own personal membership card, like rewards card.
Okay. So she got whatever bonus points or whatever she needed because of her card, but then used a credit card that has a different name on it and didn't put the two together that could possibly happen.
Well, I mean, it's got her name. I don't know. The connecting the transaction to her loyalty account made they just went to her house.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Let's
because
go.
When you fill out those loyalty programs and all that kind of stuff, they got your phone number, they got your address, they got your email and all that kind of stuff. So, hey, let's use somebody else's credit card that I'm sure was reported stolen. And now, what an idiot. And do you ever think anything through?
It's not just that either. Her and her husband were busted breaking into at least 15 storage units. They'd sell all the stolen stuff online and found the credit cards in one of the units.
Wow.
So just not only stupid criminals, but
just A lot.
Terrible bleep criminals, too.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Glad it's not nobody I know or anything like that.
I know, that's ridiculous.
Can you imagine if it's somebody you know and you're just like every once in a while, like when you're scrolling Facebook and you see like some police report and you're like, oh my gosh, did I go to school with that person or whatever?
Yeah, that's why I check them.
And it's just like, and you feel so like scummy for just even knowing the person. It's like, man.
You get anxiety. I think I looked at him once.
Yeah, like, get your life together. What the heck?
Oh, that's terrible.
You did what? You know, at least with this one, I don't recognize that last name. Pretty sure I don't know that person, so
man, that does
okay.
Freak me out a little bit about the storage units, though. You know, we had one for a while last year. I know we didn't keep any credit cards in them and all of that stuff, but man.
I'd be sad if my stuff got stolen, you know?
Definitely. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you know that it's illegal to throw stuff away? Some stuff, certain things.
I didn't know, but I probably could have guessed that's illegal to throw some things away.
Yeah. BobVila.com.
Okay.
Do you know Bob Vila?
Why am I thinking of the guy that used to be on Home Improvement?
Because you should be. Tim the Toolman Taylor was sort of modeled after Bob Vila, but like an incompetent Bob Vila.
His friend wasn't Bob Vila?
Well, he was, because also, you know what I mean? Like the whole thing was modeled after Bob Vila and Home Improvement Show and all of that stuff. So anyway, this is from BobVila.com. It's 5 common things people throw out even though it's actually illegal.
Okay. I would guess your neighbor's mail should be one. Isn't that like a federal offense?
I'm pretty sure.
I know opening it is.
Yeah, well, definitely.
But I would assume throwing it out is too, but I don't know.
So a bunch of these on the list, of course, I think we could probably guess.
Paint. Is paint on the list?
Old paint, yes.
Okay, I thought that one was illegal too.
Yeah, a lot of paint stores and hardware stores will recycle it for you for free. Old motor oil, the same thing.
I usually, with the old paint, I just find a place to store it forever and forget about. When we painted the studio, when we were in New Mexico, we changed it from this weird flesh pink gross color to a pretty light blue.
Yeah.
Well, we had extra paint, and I just shoved it on that bottom shelf, and I'm like, you know what? Somebody else's problem now.
It's for touch-ups.
Yeah.
It's for touch-ups. If somebody nicks the wall and needs to repaint it, there you go. That's what we did that for. But you can't throw away old paint. Bring it to the hardware stores and all of that stuff.
Okay,
old
batteries?
Old tires, too, yes. Batteries, definitely on the list.
Yeah.
I did not know it was illegal to throw out batteries. I've been throwing out batteries my whole life.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Most states still let you toss standard alkaline batteries like AA's. California, of course, an exception. Other types can have things like mercury in them, so they're illegal to throw out. But you can recycle them at places like Staples instead.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I believe that's why you're not supposed to throw out like old cell phones and stuff, because the battery inside them.
That's actually on the list.
Yeah.
Computer, cell phones, and other e-waste. Isn't that funny? E-waste is a thing.
E-waste, yeah.
Most states are making it illegal to throw out the old tech because they have the batteries that can't be removed.
Yep.
But, you know, places like the Best Buys and Staples and stuff like that will take them. And then a lot of places do like recycling for that stuff. Now, that's all clicking in.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Yeah.
And then, so I mentioned the tires and stuff like that. Tire shops will take those mostly when you swap out your, get new tires. They'll take your old ones.
I guess I never really thought about that one.
Yeah, and if you have any questions and you're in Wilmington, Seaside Tires and Wheels, you can head on over there. They'll take care of you. They're right on Market Street. All of that stuff. They got some used tires, too. Great deals. And finally, this one, I guess I thought about it, but never really realized why. Old medications.
I would assume.
Because if you toss or flush them, they can end up in the water supply.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
And that reminds me of the stories from...
I've done that one before.
I think like Coachella and Burning Man and stuff like that. They tested like groundwater in the area and found copious amounts of narcotics.
I'm not surprised with that one.
That's amazing. I never really thought of that. So yeah, I know that kind of seemed like a random list to throw at you, but it was fascinating to me. I had never thought, probably thought of like paint and tires and stuff like that, but
But you don't think about that kind of stuff on a day-to-day basis. You're just, I don't need this anymore, I'm going to throw it away. But some of those things, maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah, batteries especially. And then the medications. We're poisoning the dolphins, man.
Whoops.
Fruitcake. You like fruitcake?
I honestly have never had fruitcake.
You're not missing much.
I didn't think so. I mean, all the jokes about it, and it doesn't look appetizing. I have never seen a fruitcake where I was like, hey, I think I want a slice of that. It's just, ooh.
think the first time I realized what fruitcake was, I thought it was like a vegetable loaf.
Yeah,
like
because that's what it looks like.
Banana bread or something like that.
But worse.
Zucchini bread. That's probably what I thought it was. Because they had all this, the fruits in it and all that.
Got lumps in it.
Anyway, everybody makes fun of fruitcake.
Yep.
Because it's like a holiday treat and all that stuff. And
I should try it at least once so I know instead of just standing here, talking crap about it.
Perfect. So you'll be able to try it this holiday season, but you won't even have to eat cake.
I do like cake, though. Anyway. What?
Mountain Dew.
Oh my gosh, they're doing it as a flavor, aren't
Mountain
they?
Dew is doing a...
because why not?
Fruitcake flavored Mountain Dew. It's been spotted on shelves for the holidays. There were rumors this summer. We must have missed those. But a few YouTubers, I guess, got their hands on it early. Now it's official. It is called... Oh my God, I love it. It's Mountain Dew, so it's got to be some sort of extreme or something like that. So it's called Fruitquake. Yeah.
Okay.
Should be nationwide by November, according to the label we've seen. It's got a blast of artificial fruitcake flavor. I don't know how you... We mixed all of our Mountain Dew flavors, and it tasted like fruitcake, so here you go.
Yeah, I that's kind of what I would assume from them. So I want to try this, and I want to have fruitcake, and I want to taste them and see how close they got to the flavoring, which I know they're not going to get close because no soda does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just want to see their artificial fruitcake flavor.
Yeah.
And also understand what fruitcake actually
Did we
tastes
ever
like.
have the ranch soda?
Ranch? No.
You never did that?
Nope.
I know we were going to... That and the bacon soda.
I'm definitely down for all those because Jones Soda Company used to do those.
Jones, yeah.
Because they had, it started with the original, like the green apple, blue raspberry, cream soda, and probably an orange or something. And it just kept getting crazier and crazier. And then they started doing all these weird ones.
Yes.
So I always wanted to, yes.
Just talking about these at work the other day, too. So anyway, the Mountain Dew Fruitquake, I was going to say it correctly and stopped.
Yeah.
Fruitquake should roll out nationwide again by November. And we said...
I feel bad that I want to try this.
Well, check this out.
I feel, just dirty.
All right.
Scummy.
Okay.
You want to drink that?
All
yes,
right.
I do.
I don't know. You're not really saying much about Mountain Dew fans out here.
I apologize.
Or is it fruitcake people that you're
I don't
offending?
know.
Which
Everybody,
one are you pissing off,
I guess.
Anyway,
It's just how I feel. Maybe it's because I don't drink a lot of soda, so I just feel like sugary and, and getting all sweaty from drinking too much sugar.
All right, so we weren't far off with how
Digging myself in a hole
I
over
guess so.
here.
I'm trying to get you out of it, but you keep going back to it.
I like my hole. Leave me alone. I live here now.
We're not far off with how it's made.
Okay.
And then mixing old flavors.
Oh, really?
So this is the fourth holiday flavor they've done. The first holiday flavor was called Holiday Brew. It was regular Dew mixed with Code Red.
Okay.
Because red plus green equals Christmas.
It does.
It just does.
Yeah.
I stumbled over that because of the math. Really threw me off.
I know it would.
Then they did a cranberry pomegranate soda called Merry Mashup, and last year was gingerbread snap. So maybe they just poured all these into one, all the leftovers they had. Let it flatten a little bit, add some fresh carbonation.
Is there ginger taste to fruitcake? Probably not,
I really don't
right?
know. Somebody's going to have to help us out here. Who's the biggest baker that does fruitcake?
Who likes fruitcake, first of all? Then you can tell us all about it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, please.
You have tried multiple fruitcakes.
We're going to need somebody else to do their own podcast about fruitcake and Mountain Dew.
That's right.
And get back to us, please.
Yeah.
Mixed reviews so far, but some people love it. And one Mountain Dew superfan said it's even grosser than the gingerbread bread flavor. They said it tastes like the inside of an arts and crafts store. If that isn't the best explanation for a flavor ever.
That just makes me more curious about it,
Oh, my goodness.
Does it taste like the crayons and paper and all that, too? I'm here for this.
For real. For real. All right. We were talking Halloween for our homework this week, our homework assignment. Thank you to everybody who sent in pictures and got some comments and explanations and descriptions and stuff like that. Some good stuff.
Cool.
We were talking about the McDonald's buckets.
Yeah, that are supposed to be coming back.
They're hitting that nostalgia real hard with the Boo buckets or whatever they call them. I don't know. With the purple and green and the orange ones, and they all look like jack-o'-lanterns.
Looking ones, yeah.
I know I had at least one McDonald's Halloween bucket that
Everybody
I used
did.
for
if you
trick-or-treating.
did not, then that's sad.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
For sure. And then we were talking about because they're doing the adult Happy Meals.
Yeah.
or whatever they're calling them. Doesn't matter. We were talking about the toys back in the day is the point, and we got Paul, New Mexico Paul Moore, wrote in and he said he had the full set of McDonald's Transformers as a kid, and that hit me right in the nostalgias.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Do you know what he's talking about?
No.
So it was just McDonald's.
I'm trying to remember the toys that I got excited for at McDonald's.
I would bet money that your brothers had them or something. They were in your sister or something. They were in your house. I bet you at one point. And Paul says his favorite was the fries in the red container. It was, the red box of French fries. And then that transformed into something. Was it a pterodactyl? Was it dinosaurs? Something like that.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
There was the soda, and then that was like the cup of soda, and that transformed into something neat.
That actually sounds really cool.
The little burger, yeah, they were good stuff back, and then now they're throwing at you like these plastic, injection molded stupid things
with 4 eyes.
Yes, with 4 eyes. That's what I totally forgot what it was, and just started making stuff up on the spot. But nice one, Paul, nailed it. And then so before we get into everybody's comments and all of that stuff, Naomi and I like to create our own Halloween costumes when we can and have the time and a good idea.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of tips on how to take your Halloween decorations to the next level.
All right, I'm here for this. We'll be throwing it together last minute, like always, but here we go.
I know I said costumes. This is decorations. It's both the same.
Okay.
But some good tips on taking either one because they really kind of work.
For both.
So basically, what you want to do is load up on either whether it's decorations or costume stuff for next year. Find the sales at the end of the season.
Oh yeah,
similar
of course.
to Christmas decorations and stuff like that.
Except for that's not really a thing anymore because everybody's already done it.
Pretty much.
You try to get there, the day after Christmas and everything's gone. You can't even get the wrapping paper for half off
really
anymore.
Everybody nails that. It's not a secret anymore. It's like, you know what? Don't. And then you'll be the anomaly.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Try to highlight all the senses. Now, this is, again, works both for a costume or decorations, because with decorations, you need little candles that smell funky or something like that.
And just the idea of paying attention to detail.
But if you can add odor to a good costume, you're going to win some contests.
Oh, my
even
goodness.
if you have to stand on the other side of the room. So all of the senses, decorations, costumes are better if they're more than, just visual. If you got like a speaker thing, or flashing lights or something like that. Mm-hmm. Instead of just the
what you look like
tuxedo t-shirt.
Yeah.
Don't traumatize the neighbors.
Oh, why not? That's like the best part.
Every year we get a story or two about someone calling 911 on a house's Halloween decorations. This year it's like we haven't watched Stranger Things, which is just terrible. We're super behind on everything. But there's a scene from Stranger Things that somebody used and got the cops called on them because it was just crazy elaborate and all that. So stuff like super realistic blood and guts, you might want to make off limits depending. I mean, if it's a costume situation and you're going to, a very adult costume contest, I've been to those.
I think this just is, know your audience.
Yes.
If you are going to
know your audience.
An adult party, of course, get as crazy as you want. If you're not, and it's a family-friendly party, you don't want, like your liver and intestines hanging out and stuff like that.
That's right.
Same with in your yard. I feel like if it's in your yard and you want to be crazy and spooky and all that kind of, more power to you. It's up to the parents to go, you know what, we're not going to that house.
Yeah.
That looks like a little too much.
That's where that one lady lives that likes ranch on tacos.
That's right. Stay away from there.
Finally, stick to a theme. This one does work a little bit more for decorations because, if you go with a creepy circus, zombies, Nightmare Before Christmas, something like that, then the theme works a little bit better for decorations. Yeah. But if you're a group, it's a lot, more fun if you have a theme for your costumes too.
Yes, absolutely.
But if it's like a group of younger kids and stuff like that, we did just zombies and just all threw on some blood and some goofy scars and stuff like that. And
or your group can go as 90s TV shows or whatever.
Love those.
Just doing it as a group instead of just being like, oh, I'm this person and I'm this person and these two over here have a couple costume. It just makes it more fun.
I saw a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air group costume recently.
There you go.
I don't know if it was last year, year before, whatever it was, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So some tips on decorations and costumes on taking those up a notch.
Yeah, why not?
Now, we've got our comments to get to, or we can talk about the top Halloween costumes being Googled right now. Where do you want to go? You get your drive for the next 30 seconds.
That's a bad idea. Let's talk about costumes that
are being Googled right now?
Yes.
All right, sounds good. So I didn't even know.
Let's talk about costumes. Wait, which one?
Which one? I didn't know that Google had a costume wizard.
Oh, no, I didn't either.
So this is awesome. First of all, discovered. You dial in how spooky, trendy, and unique you want your costume to be. It's supposed to pick the perfect one based on Google data. Which,
oh, really? So everything it's looked up about me?
Which I find hilarious because you reach right for your phone, you're going to start playing with it, but really don't like AI.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you know.
I'm a hypocrite. I'm wrong.
So, well, there you go.
All right.
Anyway, it's part of their Frightgeist feature that tracks the most popular costume ideas nationally and locally. And we've got, of course, like we said, the top costumes being Googled in the U.S. right now. So we've got group costumes, trending partner costumes, which I think we'll save those for the bottom. We've got top 5 trending costumes in the past week and this year. So I think this year probably the most boring one. The top 10 most searched costumes. Harley Quinn still ruling the Halloween scene. She is, you know. Well, the girls get to be just a little tight things and skimpy a little bit.
Yeah, you can do that with anything. Remember, we talked about this sexy book. That's what we were supposed to go for this year.
Cowboy would be the next one. Okay.
Okay.
Cheerleader.
Okay.
Rabbit. Seriously?
Huh.
Pirate. Fairy. Stranger Things. Dinosaur. The top 2. Spider-Man. Number 1. Witch. Now that's overall this year.
Okay. The rabbit one really throws me off. Does everyone just want to be a bunny? Like, I don't get it.
I wonder if that has to do with non-Halloween. It's just in the Google search things for the full year, you know, who knows?
I was thinking more of like pet costumes. Hey, let's have our dog be a bunny.
Let's have our bunny be a bunny.
There you go. Can you imagine? That's just stupid.
You know, now all I can think of is the Cadbury egg commercial.
Oh, nice. Yes. That's perfect.
All right. The top 5 trending costumes in the past
All
week.
I can see is the lion now.
Oh, yeah, that's what I go right to.
That's like the best part of that commercial.
I have to stop myself or I'm going to keep going.
Meow. I thought you said you were going to stop.
Oh.
All right, what else?
The top 5 trending costumes in the past week are all from movies and shows and stuff like that. Of course, Teen Titans, Starfire from Teen Titans specifically. The Purge, big ones, you know, the creepy masks. And
yeah.
I don't know if they're still wearing suits with the masks or whatever. I think one of those episodes had that. Monster High, I have no clue what that is. Is that a cartoon or something? I hate being so out of touch. Princess Diaries.
Really?
And,
okay.
The number 1 movie, TV show, the number 1 trending right now is Daredevil.
Okay.
The Daredevil character got reintroduced into She-Hulk and, you know, Charlie Cox from the Netflix show and stuff like that. So, a big one. And they gave him a new suit from the old one too, so everybody wants to wear the yellow and the red. The top trending partner costumes, like
all
you
right,
said.
I'm here for this.
See if we might be into any of these. Of course, if you're new to Luke and Naomi, I'm not shaving my beard for Halloween. I did it a couple years in a row. It was just atrocious when I wasn't in makeup.
And it was traumatizing for me.
Yeah, we can't do that.
You know.
So Tiffany and Chucky. Not bad. Chucky the doll, you know, murder doll, and then Tiffany. So that one's out immediately because of the beard.
Yep.
So there's that. Ross and Rachel. How the hell is that still a costume? Who's doing Ross and Rachel? And
no
stop
thanks.
it. That's. I mean, what do you put a monkey on your shoulder and then do the hair? I don't get it. Wall-E and Eve.
Okay. I never saw it.
That's very robotic.
Yeah.
Very bulky costumes.
Yeah, but I mean, it's easy to get boxes, so probably a cheap costume to make, just time-consuming.
Let's see here. We got Joe in Love from the Netflix show You, which
I haven't watched that yet.
I don't want to bring that up because we haven't had Netflix.
I know.
Naomi's been wanting to watch that for a very long time.
Yeah, since like January.
I've even had people tell me, "Oh, you guys gotta watch that. It's good."
Yeah, we will eventually. We'll watch it when it's over.
Right after Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And finally, the top trending partner costumes. Love this one. Again, with the beard, though. I could probably still do it. Burt Macklin and Janet Snakehole from Parks and Rec.
Oh.
Yeah, that one hits home for us. We love Parks and Rec and The Office. So
that could be fun.
That is fantastic. That's
we could do that one. That is actually possible.
Yeah.
I like
that. It's Chris Pratt and Aubrey Plaza, their characters.
Yeah.
Their characters' alter egos within the show.
Yeah.
Burt
Janet
Macklin
Snakehole.
and Janet Snakehole. Yeah, that's great.
I'd have to practice just saying my name.
And I mean,
know?
It'd be easy to do him because you just shirt and tie and then like a fake FBI jacket.
And sunglasses.
Yep. And she's got like the...
funeral widow's
like a
outfit.
widow's dress with the whole...
little veil on
hat
top.
and like veil thing and then the cigarette holder.
Yep.
And she talks all weird and funny.
I'd have to practice that too. But I'm sure I could figure it out. I'm in. Like that's got to be one that we add to the list.
We should put that on a list, I think. Yeah, absolutely. And the top group costumes we've been Googling, just talking about how group costumes can be super, super fun. Ninja Turtles.
Of course. Why not?
That'd be the top number 5 or something like that. I don't know where I just went. Crayons.
That's cute. Sure.
It is. A little boring to me, but whatever. Super Mario.
Sexy crayon.
Sexy crayon.
That's right.
Almost out of wax.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know how that's sexy at all.
I don't know either. I tried to run with it for you, but...
Thank you.
No.
I appreciate it. All right. Super Mario.
Okay, there's going to be a lot of that right now.
Well, the new movie's been announced and the trailer's out and all that stuff. Yeah. So, of course, Pac-Man's another one.
Really?
Couldn't explain to you why. And the top group costumes people have been Googling. You want to take a guess? Because you're never going to get it.
There's no way I'm going to get it. I'm stuck on the Pac-Man thing because I was like, why don't we just do all the classic arcade games? And I'm like, oh my gosh, Frogger. You could have a frog and then people dressed as a bunch of trucks.
Wow.
And a log, maybe.
I mean...
It's a lot of work. But I'm here for that. Anyways, what's the last one? There's no way I'm going to guess it.
I'm telling you what, you pull off a Frogger group costume.
I'm here for it.
So the top group costume people have been Googling right now, Dominoes.
Seriously?
I don't know if they're like the game and the actual like.
I would assume the game. Everybody gets to be a different tile.
If everybody shows up in a little different colored square and then keep knocking each other over, that too. I'm talking about like the little with the dots on them.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Everyone's got different numbered dots on them.
Yeah, so either that or different colored ones where they're all just knocking each other over all damn night long. That's not a group costume I want to see at all.
No.
Oh my goodness.
That's boring. There was not a lot of thought into that list.
Well, it's boring, yes, but it sounds like it would just drive me crazy if I was like, if you were at an event and there's 8 people who are dominoes, and again, they keep doing the thing where they fall over or whatnot, I'd be pissed. I'm leaving.
Even if they don't, just 8 people dressed as dominoes, I'm pissed. Like, you really couldn't think of anything better? What did you do? Just get a giant piece of cardboard and put some permanent marker on it? Like, come on. Like, Halloween, you got to be a little creative.
I wonder, anyway, no, I just went way off board. Okay, I wonder how many cool costumes we have here on the Facebook page.
As long as they're not dominoes. And if they are, I apologize, but you're wrong.
If they are, I would laugh pretty ridiculously.
Okay, what do we got here?
Let's see. Brando. Brandon Epler, man, he really goes all out for us. He went and got dressed in this year's costume.
Seriously?
Him and his son, who, I don't know how old your kid is, Brando, but I'm going to 2 or 3. I mean, that could not have been a fun, let's get this on because I said so minute.
I bet you it was. He told his kid, this is for Luke and Naomi. That's so right. I have to stand up so I can see these pictures right now. Yeah, so this is going to be a little awkward, but that's okay. We're going to make it work.
These mics move around better than the last studio we were in.
Oh, wait, hang on. I got this. I'm going to make this work. All right. Well, I tried to go around, and I got my headphone cord caught around the mic. So let's see. Oh, okay. That is really cute. Yeah, we got Mario and Luigi.
Brando's Luigi, and he's got his kid as Mario.
I love the beard, or the mustache, I mean. That is beautiful.
And he's holding the fake mustache up, too. So it works. We get the whole...
Get the whole thing, yes.
If for whatever reason you didn't hear last episode, we wanted to know your best favorite Halloween costume memories and things like that. So that's at the end of Brandon's list. Our friend Valerie said her friend and her dressed up as Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy from SpongeBob for a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh my gosh.
And won the costume contest.
I believe it because that's awesome.
They said... they were all drunk and got up on stage and pretended to be the invisible boatmobile.
Oh, you got to jump up so you look like you're sitting in it. Yes, I am here for that. I'm a little disappointed, though, Val, that we didn't get any pictures.
Yeah, I know it.
So, I don't know, but it sounds great. Well, sounds great.
She's new. She's got to come correct. And this is not Canadian Valerie either.
No, this is North Carolina Val.
North Carolina Val, that's right.
Everyone's going to be known by their state and name.
Oh, man. All right, let's see here. Jack says Luke without a beard and just threw up the old spooky face because on the post that everybody dropped their pictures on, I left our costumes where we were the Burger King and Wendy, and then we were TJ and Spinelli from Recess.
Yeah, which I saw is a costume idea going around for this year.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I saw it and I was like, I want to post my picture under there.
So
I think we did good.
You can actually, if you go to Luke and Naomi On Air on Facebook, you can see what I look like without a beard and understand why.
It's traumatizing.
It's traumatizing.
Yes.
Damn, that was horrible. All right,
but we really pulled off that costume. So, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, Jack took a nice shot at me there, and I appreciate it. Thanks, Jack, at least for messing around on the Facebook page. I hope you're still listening.
That's right.
Brando gave us his full story. He said he's had some epic costumes in his past, but he started something after his wife and him had their son where he does costumes with the kid.
Aww.
So that's why we got the Mario and Luigi this year. He says one year he was the Mandalorian and the kid was Baby Yoda, and
Of course.
The other years he had his wife and him as trainers, and the kids were Pokemon.
That's great.
So, they're running around catching the kids and all that stuff. And then this year he says Mario and Luigi. He says for some reason his kid has a huge Mario obsession, so they got him the costume. And
that's awesome because Mario is just awesome.
And now you mentioned Brandon's mustache.
Yes.
Not fake.
Not fake.
Not fake. He grew out the mustache for the costume.
No way.
Yeah. I bigified the picture so you can see it.
That's a great mustache.
Well done, Brando.
Yes.
Well done.
Bonus points for that. Bonus points for both mustaches.
You know
yours
what?
and the one on your kid.
I am totally going to throw us off here and go on a complete tangent. But since we're talking about Brandon,
okay.
Bonus points for Brandon for letting me win this week in fantasy football.
Oh.
So he's got a guy left tonight. Let me see. I'm pulling it up right now. So he's got Austin Eckler for the Chargers. And as of right now, we're recording at 7 o'clock, so the game hasn't started yet. 7 o'clock Eastern time, by the way.
Yes.
Game hasn't started yet. But Eckler would need about 40. And Brandon, I'm rounding up, so forgive me for the math. And I don't do math.
That's right.
You need probably like 40, 45 points.
And is that going to happen?
Well, let's just say I'm going to be a little nervous, especially for claiming the W already. So,
So it is possible.
It is, I have a 99% chance, according to ESPN.com, of winning.
Yeah, but,
Anyway.
1% might mess you right up.
I cannot remember what our record was from last year at all. So, Brando, if you remember that, let me know, and we'll see if I can remember to read your comment next week.
That's right.
Because, I have a problem with that. Let's see. We have a friend, Mark, who said, in all caps, what the hell? When did I miss babyface phase? Because he's only known me with a beard.
That is true, yes.
That is hilarious. You didn't miss it at all. I promise you, nobody missed it.
No.
John threw out the SpongeBob picture with a full-size SpongeBob costume. Nicely done.
That's awesome.
There's a little princess in there, too, and probably a pumpkin.
Adorable.
Adorable. And Snowman and Mrs. Snowman. He's got... Snowman's got a t-shirt on that says, "Get back, witch." And her shirt says, "I'm not a witch, I'm your wife."
That's fantastic.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful from the Princess Bride there. I love it. And then Paul, our friend Paul in New Mexico, says his favorite Halloween outfit was last year.
Okay.
And that's the picture I just kind of scrolled by. I'm going to open this up for you. Well, for Naomi. He says, last year the wife and him went to a vampire-themed masquerade ball.
Oh, cool.
He says it probably wasn't the most original or creative, but it stands out as his favorite because it was one of probably the last major event that him and his wife did together before they found out that she was pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
very exciting, very cool, and I'm looking at this picture right now, and it's just phenomenal.
It's awesome. I don't know, where do
you get those outfits?
Yeah, they're very lacy and Victorian, and Paul's got the paisley-ish thing, and Gothic, that's a great one. Great horned mask on Paul, and they got the candles for effect and all of that stuff.
That's really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Some good costumes. I love just checking out Halloween costumes. Like I said, the group costumes every year are cool. Oh, and my buddy Nate posted Captain Jack.
Like
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh, okay. Cool.
He said in the White Claw waves because he's holding the White Claw in the picture.
That's perfect.
So that's a good one. Awesome.
Some really great pictures and some great stories and everything. And I'm going to throw a monkey wrench into everything right now because I think it is time that we bring back listener of the day.
So?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for it's not listener of the day, it is listener of the week.
Because we only do one episode a week.
Yeah. So I think this show we should have our first listener of the week.
All right.
Okay. All right. Should I announce it now? Should I wait until the end?
Well, that's up to you. We'll leave it up to you because next thing we're going to do is pretty much talk about our topic for next time and then get ready to wrap up so you can...
Okay, then I think it is time to mention that I've been thinking about doing this for a couple weeks now, and I don't know, just with this and pictures and all that, it seemed like the right opportunity to do that. And again, bring on that competition again.
Heck yes.
I miss that.
Heck yes.
So our first ever listener of the week needs to go to Brandon Epler.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, because him and his kid look absolutely adorable. He has a real mustache that he grew out for that picture. And then the mustache on the kid is just ridiculously cute. So that's definitely a winner.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So congratulations, Brandon.
All right, Brando. Way to come correct.
First listener of the week.
He's just that's a pity listener of the week because I whooped him in fantasy football.
It is not.
That's right.
No,
That's
it's
right.
not.
Yeah, half my team from last year.
I don't care what he's saying. It is not.
He doesn't. Anyway, it was a hell of an effort. He's got a good team. He does. If I play him again, probably won't beat him. Okay, you know what I did forget, though, was entertainment news.
Oh, okay.
A couple of quick things to get to entertainment style. The sad one, of course, Hagrid from Harry Potter movies passed away on Friday. Robbie Coltrane, I'm sorry. He's been in a ton of stuff. The Flash Gordon movie. Wah!
Yeah.
GoldenEye, The World Is Not Enough, a couple of Bond movies there. Of course, everybody who loves Harry Potter, totally sad about it. Blink-182's back.
Yes. This is all I've been hearing about forever. Last week, I guess.
It's a big deal. Blink-182 reunited after, Travis Barker almost died. Mark Hoppus is marrying one of the Kardashians, and then Tom DeLonge went off the deep end and went UFO hunting.
Yeah.
Did I get all those right?
I think you did.
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Unless DeLonge married a Kardashian.
Oh.
I don't know.
Anyway.
So some fans kind of pissed because Blink announced a brand new tour, a world tour, a giant world tour, and we're hoping to maybe catch one of the shows in North Carolina next year.
Yeah.
But fans not happy because they got a first taste of Ticketmaster's new dynamic pricing model.
Oh.
Yeah, and as you can imagine, Ticketmaster didn't give you good dynamic prices.
Oh, no, of course not.
Mark Hoppus actually issued a statement trying to mitigate the damage. He said, quote, "Yes, I understand the ticketing can be frustrating. I bought tickets for 2 of our shows myself just to see what the experience was like. Quote, I had tickets yoinked from my cart and the whole thing crash out. Dynamic pricing. I'm not in charge of it. It's meant to discourage scalpers. We're trying to bring you the best possible show for the best price."
Yeah, I don't know. All I've heard from everybody is just how ridiculously expensive tickets are.
That's terrible.
So if you got to deal with expensive tickets and this, unfortunately, Blink-182, that's going to hurt you so bad. People are going to be like, hey, yeah, I want to go see your show, but is it really worth it?
Beside that and Ticketmaster, so in my new job here, my current job here, I deal with a lot of concert tickets, and they're all digital now. They're all e-tickets and stuff like that. And I'm trying to send tickets out to our poor listeners, and the site's crashing on me. It's taking way too long. They're not arriving in the portal until 2 days before the show. People are freaking out. It's horrible.
Yeah, I would freak out over that because I want my tickets when I buy them. Give them to me now.
We got to figure out a way to go back to something other than what the hell they're doing. So
I'll take the paper tickets. I like those because then you get to keep it afterwards.
Yeah,
throw it in a scrapbook, and it's like, look what I got.
Yeah, and it's not this huge piece of paper. Anyway, you're right. I completely agree. Hoppus continued on, quote, "This is a tour celebrating new music and the band getting back together. Thank you for your enthusiasm, and I hope to see all of you at the shows." That's terrible.
Yeah, it is. But, I mean, we've heard from this so many times because, again, fees just keep getting higher on everything, but especially the tickets. It's like, here's $50 fee for us to process this, and then here's a $13 fee just for us to give you the tickets. Yeah. Like, what?
Insane.
Why?
Insane. And then, you're paying that $13 fee just for them to email Luke the tickets to not get to pass out to the listeners.
Yeah.
Horrible. All right, let's get off of that one. Some cool news. Harrison Ford, Han Solo, Indiana Jones himself, joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
As what?
As Thunderbolt Ross. This is a really, really big deal to Marvel fans and things like that. Okay, you have seen the Incredible Hulk movie. I don't think you remember it.
No, not really.
Betty Ross's dad, who's chasing the Hulk around, dude with the mustache.
Like the army guy?
Yes.
Okay.
And then in Captain
Do you remember him, believe it or not?
And then he showed back up in Captain America Civil War, where he was making him sign the contract.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yep.
That's William Hurt. William Hurt passed away within the last year. So that is not a central character, but he's pretty big in the Marvel Universe because he ends up becoming another Hulk.
Okay.
The Red Hulk, if you've ever heard of that.
Okay.
So, got to replace William Hurt with somebody. Why not make it Han Solo?
Okay.
It had been rumored. I saw the news today. It looks like it is official. I'm about 99% on that, just like I am with beating Brandon at fantasy football.
Look, I am all on board with all the Marvel stuff that you have shown me, and, you know, I've found the stuff that I have fallen in love with and everything, but there are just so many people.
There is a lot.
There's too many people.
Good on you for remembering at least who he was with an explanation.
But I just... There's a lot of people. There's so many.
Well, guess what? There's more coming. All right, and finally here to wrap up entertainment news for the week, a website called Crossword Solver has determined what actor has dropped the most F-bombs in his or her career. You want to guess?
Samuel L. Jackson?
It is not Sam Jackson.
No way.
Yeah, not Sam Jackson.
Wait a minute. Is it Adam Sandler?
It is not Adam Sandler.
Because I thought in, like, that movie Uncut Gems, the one we haven't seen, I heard that, like, he drops a whole bunch in that. So I didn't know if maybe that would, like, throw him over the top or something.
He definitely does. I'm scanning this list quickly to see if they mentioned that or not. You know, he doesn't even get a mention in the list. So Sam Jackson is only 20th. He has said the F word 85 times in his films. If you can believe that, only 85. I mean, you know, he jumped over to Marvel where he stopped cussing as much, at least in the movies.
So, like, okay, you gotta tell me some of the names on this list because this is weird.
So, second place, Al Pacino, 197.
I guess I can see that. Okay, that makes sense. Sure.
Followed by, I love this one, Jason Mewes of Jay and Silent Bob fame.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, he has a song where it's bleep, bleep, mother, mother, bleep, mother, mother, bleep. So, I mean, he gets a few of those.
Yeah, I cannot believe that didn't come to mind. Okay.
Jonah Hill's next, 183.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Him and Jay both have 183.
Okay.
There was a bunch in The Wolf of Wall Street and stuff like that. Leo DiCaprio follows with 144. Okay. Seth Rogen, 140.
I feel like Seth Rogen has had the least amount of time to drop all those F-bombs.
Yeah, right. Me
so
too.
Far on this list.
Me too. So they didn't stop at the F word, and I know we haven't done the number one yet, but why not have a little suspense here? The S word, the poop cuss. Denzel Washington is the king of that with 84, most of them in Training Day, followed by Jason Mewes and Seth Rogen with 80 each. Shia LaBeouf has said it 79 times. Ben Affleck and Sam Jackson have each said the poop cuss 58 times.
I like how you're calling it the poop cuss.
I don't need to be blatantly cussing all over the place.
No, you don't. But I like how you're calling it the poop cuss.
The poop cuss.
That almost sounds worse, I think.
A little bit.
The poop cuss.
Hell isn't as popular with the other two, but Pacino has used it 49 times, which is the record.
Okay.
DiCaprio second there with 39, followed by Dennis Quaid with 38, Keanu Reeves with 36, and then Robert Duvall with 33.
Okay.
A quick one. Julia Roberts out there fighting for a woman's right to curse. She didn't make the F-bomb list, but she got the poop cuss. 40 of those and 23 hells.
Okay.
No other woman made any of the cussing lists. I'm surprised, like Sarah Silverman or something like that. But anyway, so I know.
But I feel like she's in like what 2 movies, and is only a small part in those 2 movies.
Yeah. So you're never gonna guess who it is. So I'm just gonna, little mini drum roll. Joe Pesci has said the F word 272 times in various movies.
Okay.
But dig this, 272 times. 241 of those were from Casino alone.
Really?
Yeah. Pesci, king of the F word.
I guess so.
Yeah. So there you go. Some bar trivia there to impress your friends.
That's right.
Is entertainment news for the week.
That's right.
Which brings us to the good stuff. Or more good stuff,
More
I guess.
good stuff. It's all good stuff.
So I found this list. You know I love my lists. Huh? Someone had a bunch of etiquette experts come up with a list of the 10 rudest things you can do in someone else's house. So we're going to dumb that down a little bit. We don't want to go too crazy.
Okay.
We're going to keep it pretty broad, but this week we want to know what is how do you want to put this? Do you want to say rudest? Do you want to say craziest?
I think rudest.
Yeah, let's go with rudest. I lost my list here. There we go. The rudest thing. Or worst. How about that? Which one? Worst or rudest?
Rudest.
Rudest thing you can do.
I'm sticking with rudest.
In someone else's house. So we're going to, again, we're going to keep it broad. We're going to keep it light. So we're not talking about, going in and pooping on the floor or something like that.
Yeah, because that's obviously, you wouldn't do that. Yes. We're talking about something that you might actually do, but actually that's kind of rude and maybe you shouldn't.
Now, remember, Naomi's crowning listeners of the week.
That's right. It's forward. Now a competition.
So I expect to see some creative ones, do some homework, explain, tell a story.
That's right.
Paint a picture with words, if you will.
Yep.
And to get us all started here, I've got a list of some of the more common ones from etiquette experts.
Okay.
I figure maybe we could take to another notch up or something like that.
Yeah.
Number 10 on the list, expecting a tour. A rude thing you can do in someone's home.
Really?
I don't know anybody with a big enough house where let me see the other side of this thing. So I've never done that myself.
I don't think that's kind of rude. I feel like that's kind of polite. Oh, can I see around? I'm interested in your home. I don't think that's rude.
Well, it says let the host offer, don't ask for one.
Look, I'm the guest in the house. I'll do what I want.
All right. Showing up empty-handed, of course, a rude thing to do.
Yes. Ooh.
We try. You don't have to indict yourself.
I don't remember if this... I'm going to, don't worry.
Here we go.
I don't remember...
Once again, trying to get you out of it.
I know. I don't remember if this was on air in New Mexico or if this was a conversation that I had with JR in New York. But it might have been New Mexico because we were talking about it because we were talking about weddings and things like that. And I didn't know that you are supposed to bring a gift to a wedding.
Oh, yeah. At least a card, a couple bucks in it or something like that.
Yeah. And then I found out...
That's a graduation. Eesh.
Well, if you don't do anything else, yes. Yeah. You do at least a card with some dollars in it. But then I found out you're supposed to do that when you go to somebody's house. And I didn't realize it until we started hosting people, and people always brought over something, whether it was like a fruit tray or a bottle of wine or something, and it was like, oh, we brought the beer that we plan on drinking today. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize I was supposed to bring you something as well.
You mean I should have brought 30 of these instead of 8?
Yeah. So
showing up empty-handed,
That is rude. That is rude. You should bring something, at least the first few times at somebody's house until you're not a guest anymore.
And now if you want to blast from the past, from when we were in New Mexico, we were talking about something similar, and that's when we had El Weevo call up and say, El Weevo started what we turned into Shawshanking.
That's right.
Where you go to somebody's house and you just drop off your old junk, but you leave it under their couch or something where they don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a good way to get rid of clutter in your house by cluttering somebody else's house. So that'd be a good one too.
We still have not done that, and I wish we would have. I want to drop off an air fryer at someone's house here under their bed. So they'll be like, where did this come from? Oh.
I believe we have done that in some way, shape, or form where it's just really? this is yours now.
Huh.
And I know we unloaded a cooler on my mother this summer, so that helped.
Oh, yeah, we did do that. But we were like, hey, this is for you.
A couple other things we're talking about.
Hiding it in the camper.
We're talking about goofy, rude things you can do in some.
Yes.
I think I'm going to add goofy to it. How about that? So the next one on the thing is disrespecting house rules, of course. But, that's if, somebody tells you the house. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I don't like that list.
I'll take house rules to the gaming level. Okay. If we're playing a card game or a can jam or something like that, most people will have some sort of house rule twist on it. Like we always like to say, you have to have a beverage in your hand if you're playing can jam.
Yeah.
You play one-handed. It doesn't have to be booze. It can be water. Yeah. But, play one-handed. It's nice. It's a cool little handicap.
Yeah.
Feeding their pets from the table. If you feed other people's pets from the table, that's not a good one.
Yeah, that's rude. That is rude because you don't know if they have a special diet. You don't know what they can and can't eat, and it's not your animal. And
speaking of diet, that's the next one, showing up and then complaining about dietary restrictions.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't eat that because it's got this in it, and you're expected to know that about me.
You make those plans ahead of time.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to be making lasagna for dinner. Is that okay? No, I'm sorry. I'm lactose intolerant. Okay, well then what would you like to eat?
Exactly.
Have a conversation beforehand.
There's some raw noodles in the cupboard.
Yeah. But if you're like, oh yeah, that sounds great, and all of a sudden there's a problem, I don't know, eat the salad.
I'm with you.
There's always options.
Yeah. Bringing in an uninvited +1.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's awful. That is so bad.
For sure, especially if maybe they didn't give you a +1 for a reason because they knew you were gonna bring. That's a thing.
Yeah.
How about snooping? Medicine cabinet or Going into somebody's bedroom, rifling through their nightstand. That's horrible. Don't do that. I mean, I catch you doing that, I'm going to slap you.
That's right.
Hiding or ignoring a mess.
All I can think of is Big Daddy, where he's like covering it up with newspaper.
That's overstaying.
Spilled milk, throw some newspaper on there. There, see, all clean.
Overstaying your welcome. We did that last year when we moved to Wilmington. Stayed with my cousin Lacey way too long.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we tried not to, but there was no place to live.
Oh, those two were just ready for us to leave. Even though they pretended to be sad. I didn't believe them for a second.
No, they were ready for us to go. They were ready to have that bedroom back. Like, get the hell out.
And then the number one thing, goofy, rude things you can do in somebody else's house. I love this because I've never seen it, but moving things around, like rearranging the cupboards.
Well, we saw someone do that at a beach house we were staying at, but not our own home.
Or saying that chair should really go right over here.
That is so tempting now to do at somebody's house.
I want to.
That, like, I'm at least close friends with, so, like, I can just move a chair into a different room or
see
something.
If they notice.
Yeah, and just wait. And be like, who did this?
That's how we're playing this. Yeah. That's what I want. Some goofy, weird things like that to do. You know, not actually disrespecting somebody, but what is the goofiest, weird thing you can do at somebody else's house? I like that.
Okay. All right, on the fly. Yeah, absolutely. I would rather do that than rudest things because I feel like we go negative so much.
Well, I know it, right?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, just what is the rudest thing you can do?
Plus, these are great ideas for us to do at, like, beer club and stuff because we're always going to other people's houses.
Yeah, and I'm not really positive how much of our beer club listens to the podcast. We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, and I apologize ahead of time when you invite us over and, you know, your couch is now in your dining room.
That's right. We moved your dog bowl to the other side of the house.
That's right. They end up tripping over it. What the hell? Who did this?
All right, yeah. So how do we phrase this then?
I don't know, because saying what's the goofiest thing you can do in somebody else's house just sounds weird.
Yeah. Goofy things to confuse homeowners. How about that when you visit their house or something like that? What's the goofiest thing you can do to confuse? I got to type this down right now because this is going to be... Talk amongst yourselves, will you?
I got nothing. I'm busy trying to, like, make my own, like, plans and plotting over here. And I'm trying to figure out whose house we're going to next. Oh, my gosh. We have a wedding this weekend. And we are going to be staying at a... Well, no, we won't be staying at the beach house. I ain't moving stuff around in our Airbnb because I ain't getting charged for anything. Yeah, so well, never mind.
That's a good point. So how about this? What's the goofiest thing you can do in someone's house to confuse them?
I like it.
I like that.
And if you listen to the show, you'll understand what we're going for. If you just read it online and you give us the wrong answers, that's your own problem. You don't win Listener of the Week.
Well, everybody who just heard you has listened to the whole show.
Yeah, so I don't have to worry about it.
So, yes, okay. As long as we're on the same page there, because I wasn't sure.
Look, it's been a long day, okay?
It has. I get it. Which does kind of bring us towards the end there. Okay, so just to reiterate, what is the goofiest thing you can do in someone's house to confuse them?
That's right.
Let's do our best to not be pooping on the floor, please.
Yeah. How about, like, flipping all the clocks upside down?
Yes.
I like that one. I want to do that to somebody. I can't wait to I'm going to take all the answers we get and, like, write them down somewhere. And every time we go to somebody's house, I'm going to do these things. Yeah. Like, it's going to be awesome.
I'll tell you what, gang. If we get enough of them that are good, and I'm talking at least 9 of them, we'll make a little bingo sheet, and we will report to you once it's completed.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yes.
The goofiest thing you can do in someone's house to confuse them. Looking forward to the answers next week. Of course, you can leave those on the Facebook page. You can leave them on the YouTube page because we'll put this on YouTube. Paul.
That's right. That's right, Paul.
Paul and the 15 other people who watch on YouTube as well. So,
which we appreciate. Thank you.
Definitely. Yeah. So yeah, Luke and Naomi on air on Facebook page is on Facebook page. That's
on Facebook page. Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. Are you ready for thought of the day?
Yeah. Thought of the day, thought of the day. It's your thought of the day, thought of the day.
This one's really sad, and I'm sorry to end this way. Being in shape is awesome, but getting into shape sucks. Getting fat is awesome, but being fat sucks.
Yeah. I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Living it right now. Thank you for pointing it out. Making me feel fantastic.
I didn't. You're the one who pointed it out.
I was like, hey, don't forget, I know your knees hurt, but you still got to run.
And also, we're getting old, throw it all on top. Luke, are you going to leave us with a laugh?
I am going to do my best, once again, reading from the book A Shitload of Dad Jokes to Take a Poo To by Ben D. Over, courtesy of Brian over in England.
That's right.
All right. Let's see here. My teenage son treats me like a god. He acts like I don't exist until he wants something.
Okay. Yep, I see it.
Let's see. I have so many people. I have asked so many people what LGBTQ stands for. So far, nobody can give me a straight answer.
That's great.
All right, let's see. A shop owner valiantly fought off an armed robber yesterday with his labeling gun. Police are looking for a man with a price on his head.
That's stupid. Come on.
All right. One more.
One more? Is it going to be a good one?
Yes.
All right.
To ride a horse or to not ride a horse. That is the equestrian.
Oh, come on. That was awful. Boo.
I likes it.
No.
I likes it.
You should be ashamed.
Happy episode 22, really quick. October 22nd coming up real fast. That is the Alzheimer's Walk in Roswell, New Mexico. If y'all are out there, you haven't registered, register. Go help out Paul. Go help out a great cause.
That's right.
act.alz.org/walkroswell. You can get yourself signed up or just make a donation or find out more about the great things the Alzheimer's Association does. I know that's coming up, so I just wanted to get that out there at least one more time.
I actually was wearing my End ALZ shirt earlier today.
All right.
Yeah, kept it. Gonna keep it forever.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. Tell your friends, Luke Naomi On-Air, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
All that stuff.
The YouTubes.
Yep.
And what's the goofiest thing you can do in someone's house to confuse them?
Yep.
We'll talk next week. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Have some fun this week. And be excellent to each other. Love you. Bye.